So a few years ago, I will not say how long, but it's not this administration, it's not last administration, it's a while ago. Let me just leave it at that. Pastor Paul likes to tell stories, so I'm telling story today. I was approached by, I got a phone call, and it happened to be a man of God in Abuja who called me to say, Fela, there is an opportunity that I want you to explore. In fact, let me be clear with you. You have already gotten it. So I said, okay, what is it about? He said, we want to run a program called on ethical leadership. And when we did some kind of vetting, we said we were looking for three things. Number one, we're looking for somebody who has experience and expertise on ethical leadership. Number two, we were looking for somebody who had the reputation of experience and expertise on ethical leadership. And the third one was that we were looking for somebody who had the capacity, are you ready for this? To run an ethical leadership training across 774 local governments in 8 weeks. So the person must have an army of people, trainers, that can train in 50 local governments at the same time on Monday and Tuesday. And then 50, those people will now move to another local government and train 50. So therefore, in 1 week, they would have trained 700 local governments. He said, we know what you've been doing with raising speakers. And you have Speakers Corner, you have Speakers Connect. We know all of these things. You know what you've been doing in the banking sector. We believe you are the only one that has all three. So we want you to please give us your invoice. So we went and I called my team together. I said, please make sure that when you do, everything is at cost. Everything. The pencil must be at cost. The bag, the paper, everything. And then he said, okay, so what do we do as management fee? I said, no, this is for Nigeria. Leave that out. I am not charging a management fee on it. So it's only the cost. So we put in a bid for 1.3 billion at that time. Exact cost. 3 days later, I get a call. Congratulations, fella. You know, you have been given the task. But we looked at the costing and we said, it's not possible that this costing could have been, it's most likely that you did not put anything for yourself. I said, no, I didn't put anything for myself. I said, I told them in that meeting, fella won't put anything for himself. He said, so we decided to put something for you. So we want to put 700 million on top of this thing, so you will get 2 billion, but send us an invoice for 5 billion. And we need that invoice in the next 3 days before they close the account of the for the year. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. He said, what is it that you don't understand, fella? We said, send it in so that we can quickly process it for you. It's already allocated to you, don't worry. I said, but sir, I thought you said this thing is ethical leadership. He said, yes. I said, but if already we are doing ethical leadership and we are already inflating price, then what are we teaching? He said, fella, please. You know that if you don't do this thing, you know these people, they will just give it to one of their people who will not even do any job and they will still deliver that thing. It's better for you to be the one that got it. I said, no, sir. The gifts and the callings of God are without repentance, but the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. He said, there's no sorrow to this. You have been doing well for Nigeria. It is time for Nigeria to do well for you. I said, no, sir. I'm sorry. Long story cut short, I had to turn off my phone for 3 days at one point. He was calling me every 30 minutes. At one time, I turned off my phone. Pastor Poju, what I didn't realize was that 3 months later into the new year, I saw on page 4 of a newspaper, 4 people in the presidency arrested by EFCC for stealing 425 million naira for ethical leadership program. Jesus Christ. Now, please listen to this. Listen to this. None of you remembers the name of those people, even though I'm sure all of you saw that paper. You know what they would have written? Anybody knows? Durotoye and 4 others is what they would have written. And if they had written that, I promise you that I will not be sitting in this chair several years later. What is the point that I'm making? You have to come to the point where you value your values to the point where nobody can offer you anything. Only your values can help you turn down what looks like an opportunity to be corrupt. I served for 6 months in the government of this current administration as senior special assistant to the president of Nigeria on national values and social justice. We developed a national plan. I did not charge 1 kobo. I did not accept 1 naira as payment. I did not accept official house. I did not accept official car. And when I got that, when they called me for that opportunity, the gentleman said to me, it's been very difficult to get your letter out. I said, why? He said, because there's no way they can hold you. You don't have, you are not collecting a salary. You are not collecting an official car. You are not collecting official house. So there's nothing to threaten you with. So I want you to know, sir, in those 6 months, I met many people like me. I'm not special. I'm not holier than thou. There are many people that are making this country work. They are called heroes. And they are people who have values, who have left their nation, left their family to serve Nigeria. But it is their values that are at work. Sir, when we have the right values, there won't be corruption in this land.